Hola chicos, ¿qué tal? Bienvenidos una vez más a mi canal. El día de hoy les traigo otro video sobre los sustantivos en español. Vamos a comenzar. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to look at nouns and gender in Spanish. This is part 1 because nouns in Spanish are a little bit complicated. There's a lot of information, so I don't want this to be an hour-long video. We're just going to break it up. Alright, so the word for nouns in Spanish is sustantivos. Sustantivos. Alright, so what is a noun? We know that it's a person, place, thing, or idea, right? A noun can be an abstract idea. Now, in Spanish, the difference is we have an assigned article that denotes gender. And we talked about this in a previous video, so let's review it very quickly. So gender in Spanish is either feminine or masculine. The feminine definite articles are la and las, and the masculine articles are el and los. Alright, so I want to talk about noun gender and gender association because people who are learning Spanish or learning a foreign language for the first time sometimes have difficulty grasping this concept. Now, gender assigned to inanimate objects, it has nothing to do with your perceived human gender association. Now let me expand on that. So let's say you typically associate a dress with a female. Now just because you have that thought process doesn't mean that the word dress is a feminine noun. Alright? That has nothing to do with the person that you think of using the object. Alright? So vestido, which means dress, is actually a masculine noun. It has the article el in front of it. Now let's look at our next example. Corbata. Corbata means tie, and typically people will associate a tie with a man, right? So the problem here is that I don't want you to think about associating gender with nouns with people. So corbata is a feminine noun. It has la in front of it. That's the definite article. La corbata. It doesn't change if a female is wearing a tie. It doesn't change to el corbata or el corbato. Spanish does not work that way. Now let's look at the next one. El coche, car. Now, it doesn't matter if it is a man or a woman driving the car. It's el coche. Another word for car is el carro. Okay, so keep that in mind, and let's go on to the next slide. Okay, so when we do want to think about gender association is when we are talking about people and animals, okay, but not the objects belonging to the people and animals. So let's look. If the word for cat in Spanish is gato, but gato describes a male cat, so it's el gato. What if it's a female cat? Well, then we are going to change the noun and the article with it. So el gato becomes la gata. Let's look at the next one. The word for boy is chico, and the article is masculine, matching the O in chico, so it's el chico. Now, to make it a girl, we just change the article and change the ending on the word. So now it's la chica. La chica. So our very basic, very general rule is that nouns that end in the letter A are feminine. Nouns that end in O are masculine. But of course, there are exceptions to this rule, and we're going to look at some of those exceptions. Okay, so some nouns have the same ending for both genders, okay? So here, we can look at this list of words as, say, occupations, okay? I bet you can translate all these words just looking at them. Now, remember, these are exceptions to the rule, okay? So with exceptions in Spanish, even the exceptions tend to have sort of a rule base that they follow, so it's good to learn these sort of exceptions in groups. So when you're learning these, put these all together and it'll be easier for you during your studies. So let's go over this list, starting from the top. El piloto or la piloto. El or la soldado. El or la modelo. El or la poeta. El or la atleta. El or la psiquiatra. El or la artista. El o la dentista, el o la periodista, el o la estudiante, el or la futbolista. Okay, so this looks weird, right? Especially when you have words that end in O and they have a feminine article in front of it, or when you have nouns that end in A, like the istas, that are masculine. So that's why I want you to learn these in groups. There are exceptions, but they're also very common. And once you sort of get the hang of these exceptions, it just becomes easier to identify more. Alright, so let's go to the next one. So this is something else that I want you to remember. The masculine form in Spanish takes precedence when we have mixed groups. Okay, so let's say we have 2 boys and 5 girls. So that in English we would say that we have 7 kids or 7 children. Now in Spanish we have dos niños and cinco niñas, 2 boys, 5 girls. So we have 7 niños. The masculine form here always takes precedence in a mixed group. It doesn't matter if there's 1 boy or 1 guy and 100 females. The masculine form will always take precedence. Alright, so we're going to stop here for right now, just so that this video doesn't become too long. To continue, check out my other video. It's called Nouns and Gender in Spanish, Part 2. And we will pick up right where we left off. I hope this video has helped you out. Make sure to like it if it has helped you. And don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. That really helps me out. Thanks for watching.